The Beatles influenced countless musicians, including many of their contemporaries in the 1960s. But in the case of Bob Dylan, that influence flowed both ways. Widely recognized as one of the greatest songwriters of all time, Bob's breakthrough album, The Freewheelin' Bob Dylan, reached stores in 1963. A year before, the Beatles made their all-conquering entrance in the United States, having already enchanted the UK and Europe. And it was in 1964 when Bob and the Beatles met for the first time. We revisited Bob's initial encounter with Liverpool's most renowned sons and the influence it had on their individual music, in anticipation of today's January 17th release of the new film A Complete Unknown, which stars Timothée Chalamet as Bob Dylan. On August 28, 1964, following the Fab Four's performance at New York's Forest Hills Tennis Stadium, Bob and the Beatles enjoyed an evening together. The Fab Four were not bashful about expressing their admiration for American music icons like Elvis Presley, early R&B and rock and roll performers, Motown singers, and Bob Dylan. During their time together that night, they were hoping to pick Bob's brain regarding his music and how he writes songs. Yet, they did manage to get high, Bob having introduced the lads to cannabis. In 2012, Ringo Starr stated that his road manager, Victor Maimonides, had rolled a joint of cannabis for every member of the band. Even Bob, as reported by The Guardian, became engrossed in the night's excitement. As the clock ticked away on his stay, he would repeatedly call the hotel and exclaim, "This is Beatlemania here!" The Fab Four, and John Lennon in particular, credited Bob Dylan with having a Dylan period that was influenced by his music. John credited the folk legend as an inspiration for the songs I'm a Loser and You've Got to Hide Your Love Away in an interview in 1980.